Hi there, Stephanie here. It wouldn't be midwinter season unless I crack out the mouseboat tarot, would it? Now, I'm not going to do a forecast with it as I've done previously. What I thought would be interesting is to look at the great eras that we are entering into, this new era of Aquarius, and leaving behind the great age of Pisces. And a lot of the debris of the old age is now coming up and is having to be dealt with differently. And largely that debris is not directly Pisces, but the shadow of Pisces. And Pisces is ruled by a planet called Neptune, okay? And Neptune's the ocean. It's the cosmic ocean, the spiritual ocean, and source. And we know how big companies at the moment, at the end of that era, are really fighting to stay on top, if you like, to be these big conglomerates that everybody has to belong to, right? Rather than when we come into Aquarius, things are much more about individuals working together in community, okay? And so on the cusp, we get a lot of turmoil, and we've been going through that for some years. As we go into Aquarius, we also create another shadow side, because the shadow side of Pisces has been Virgo, okay? And I don't mean Virgo is negative, but all the negative energies that Pisces doesn't accept about itself will be Virgo in nature. And that is that the elite, for want of a better word, that big conglomerate stay ethereal and unseeable and untouchable in a sense, but we perceive that they actually don't do the work, others do. And those people doing the work are kept in a kind of servitude whereby they aren't, they're kept ignorant of their, you know, the Pisces symbol of the two fish, one fish swimming in the ocean, in the living ocean that's visible, and the other one in the cosmic ocean and invisible. So it's the link between our higher eternal selves and this earthly self. And although religions have tried to bring those things in, they too have fallen into that trap of being these really big Neptunian style organizations that don't have any particular person responsible or who can be held to account. And so they're rather vague and untouchable in the same way, because they've become so big. And so as we go into Aquarius, a lot of those things are crumbling as we on this cuspal energy. As I say, the debris from the Pisces era is coming up for healing. Aquarius is a very healing sign. And so, as we come into Aquarius, I wanted to show you actually, because I think Brian's captured that really well, what I was saying there, because there's a fish, the Pisces fish, really well armed, quite dangerous. Yeah? It's going to stop those little mices. Yeah, now I agree, people should be stopped from fishing. Yay! But it's being done in a rather over the top way. You know, huge machine gun. You know, and that often happens with these big companies. They've managed to defend themselves and protect themselves from other people whom they feel might be stealing from them, who might take their power away, who might take their funds away, or whatever. They're quite good at protecting themselves in a rather militaristic way. It's threatening. So, anyway, that's the Pisces era. So, we're all little Virgo Mises, and we all work hard, and we're beginning to perceive of this greater awareness that is ours, and that's the gift that Aquarius will bring us. Now, of course, Aquarius itself has a shadow side. And as we go into the cusp of Aquarius, it's very apparent. My old teachers, when I was learning astrologers back in the 60s and 70s, they seemed so cronky and old-fashioned to me then. But all of them were saying, don't admire the New Age so much, because its shadow side is dictatorship. And I think we can all see, I certainly can see that now. I didn't at the time. I was I was a happy person, still am. So it's important that we understand these great waves of energy that permeate, okay? Because they leave huge signatures. And although it seems very remote and very big and beyond our control, it's not. And particularly it's not during Aquarius, because Aquarius is about the individual within community. And that you can see that happening. Each of us are becoming more who we are in so many ways. And within that, we're having to all get along as a larger group, but without taking away the rights of any of the individual minorities, because we're all a minority of one when it comes to it. And so this is what we're working out at the moment for Aquarius. And of course, with Aquarius, there's no Messiah and there are no rules. We each have to find our way of working with humanity using our skills as a human. Aquarius is about humanity. It also sees all living things as conscious. So that includes the animals and the plants. So there are huge steps forward during Aquarius. And I know it's also the scientists and all the technical stuff that's going on and the AI and all the rest of it. But unless they include this Aquarian consciousness, they're just not getting what's really, they're going to be dead as dodos, basically. They're not going to go forward into the next era. So, indeed, AI is probably conscious anyway, okay? Because, I talk to cars. Well, put it the other way around. Cars talk to me. So I know that consciousness isn't limited to what we consider alive, okay? Consciousness is in everything because everything is intelligent, yeah? And that is a very precious piece of knowledge to go into Aquarius with, and would help us avoid dictatorships because it allows us to communicate intelligently with their intelligence and the intelligence around them, the intelligence around ourselves. Everything is alive and intelligent. So, what did I want to come on and say about about the Mouseboat Tarot? What I was interested in is it's a number 7 year. 2023 is a number 7 year. And yesterday when I did the yearly Celtic cross, the 7 of Swords came up to represent us and what we can do. And that's kind of gives me a little connection there, because it is going to be a lighter year, but also that change that we're doing this year, it's going to keep us very fleet of foot. And if we become stubborn and resistant, things will become unpleasant for us. We do need to have this sort of it's just temporary and step over it approach. I rather like Brian's image because it shows the pussycats kind of sleeping on the job. Okay. Presumably he was supposed to be protecting those swords which the mouse is getting away with. And I like that image because the mouse is our survival instinct, yeah? And the cat is a much more regal, leaves things to If they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. Whereas the mouse just gets on with it. And I kind of like the juxtaposition of that. During this year, I have used my Pagan Cats deck along with Brian's Mouse deck as a way of giving me our sovereign self, the cat, and our working self, the mouse, our survival self, to give me the two aspects in any situation. And I've loved working like that. So I was just I've got his whole deck here, and I've never actually shuffled the whole deck altogether because I usually just use the tarot aspect of it. But Brian actually added in lots of other cards, and so his deck is much bigger than the tarot deck. My little hands really have trouble with it because it's a fat deck. So, okay, I thought I'd just draw us a card for the month of January, which we're about to enter. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've received the Nine of Wands. It's a fabulous card for all of us. This is so very apt, because the great message I get from this is you don't have to go back through that jungle ever again. Oh dear, yeah, you're in a new place, a strong place, new horizons, wide horizons. Yeah, there might be injuries, you see there. I think he's got a little, is it a bandage or an eye patch? Oh, it's a little bandage, not quite an eye patch. So yeah, we have things that are healing. It's important that we heal, but we don't have to go back through it again. Forward is where we are going. And 9 accounts relates to the Hermit, so we're wiser, probably older and wiser, but we don't have to go back through that again. We have gained strength, and we have places to go, things to do, but not that again. Okay, so, okay, it's just for a bit of fun, and just so that I could actually come on and talk about the Mouse Tarot deck, because, you know, it's still for sale, and I know Brian would really appreciate it if everybody had a copy of it. Take care. Lots of love. Mwah.